Hi everybody, welcome to finals day of the Australian Open 2014. We've got Neil Robertson taking on Judd Trump for the 75,000 Australian dollar first prize. And we're going to join the action in frame number 3. No major fireworks in the first 2 frames, both made a 48 in the opener. Neil Robertson took it, and Judd Trump took frame 2 with a top run of 43. Robertson in the driving seat in the 3rd frame, having made breaks of 23 and 34. And Judd unsuccessful with that plant. He'll need a little bit of luck, and it could have turned out worse, but Neil in a strong position. Joining myself, David Fitzgerald on commentary for the first session of this final is Mike Hallett.
Yes, hi David. It should be an interesting day this actually between these two good attacking players, pretty much well balanced actually. How much that Neil Robertson would love to win this title on home soil. But we also know, and he knows, that Judd's been playing very well this week. This is their 11th meeting between themselves, and it's 5 apiece actually, so nothing between them. Best of 17 frames, as you can see in our caption there at the bottom. There's, David just said, 8 frames to be played in this session, and of course a possible 9 in the final session later on today. Always looking to get some sort of, well, shall we say, a lead and advantage going into the second session.
Yeah, and Robertson hasn't been severely tested on his run to the final. Came through 6-2 against Mark Davies yesterday. Of course, Neil attempting to win not only his home event, but back-to-back ranking tournaments as well, having taken the title in Wuxi 7 days ago. Whatever happens in this match, he's got the world #1 ranking back of Mark Selby.
Yes, he won that one 10-9 against Joe Perry. I wonder, this one might be 10-9 as well today. Well, it won't be 10-9, it'll be 9-8. It's only the best of 17. But you know what I mean, this could possibly go to a final frame. Might have left this one on. Well, actually, with that double kiss, he's left the white on the cushion. That's not too bad. Could have been worse. Yes, just put the hand up there as an apology.
And if it went in as well, he was going to get all the reds back into the open, or most of them, and Judd will need those. 16 seconds his average shot time so far, and he certainly upped the tempo when he was behind to Ricky Walden in the quarterfinals. He carried that on against Zhao yesterday, and it's serving him well. He'll taking the opportunity to put another red safe.
Clever shot. Sacrifice the safety because of the for the pot on the right hand side here, but well, this will be some shot if he takes this plant on from there. Well, he obviously fancies it. No, well, he's had to play with backspin, of course, but that was never going to be easy at that pace.
No, the element of safety was there with that shot. It would have been a crowd pleaser had it gone in. But Neil's only a couple of reds away from having wrapped up this 3rd frame.
You see Brendan Moore there in the background, officiating this final. Did the world final, of course. Very proud man. Sheffield man, of course, and very proud man to do that. Well, he's made up his mind to have a go at this one. And this is no gimme. Oh, made it look easy. Wonderful pot. I mean, such a great curious, this guy. Gets a very high percentage of those.
Well, after this colour, he's taken the yellow, so this will put him 56 in front with 59 on. So just one more red needed, wants that white to pull up.
Oh, that flew, didn't it?
3.
Oh, this is more difficult than it should have been. Should get this, though. Frame ball for a 2-1 lead. No problem.
4.
You just get the feeling, though, David, this could be like 9-7, 9-8. They're so balanced, well balanced, these two players. There's not much between them, and I should think Judd's back to playing well, and we know what a power scorer Neil Robertson is as well. 368 career centuries. He made 103 centuries last year. Absolutely incredible. Oh, Judd won't be coming back now.
9.
The Aussie about to put his nose in front. So one more frame to come before the first interval. Well, again, that was great cueing, but the opening red that he knocked
50.
in was superb. He's trying to move the red near the black.
60.
Attempted to do the same again, but the green not there, but 16 points, more than enough to put the third frame to bed. Neil Robertson that moves into a 2-1 lead against Judd Trump. The first to 9 will be the 2014 Australian Open champion. No huge breaks so far, but I'm sure things will pick up. The two form players of the tournament taking one another on.
Frame 4. Neil
Final
Robertson
frame
to break.
before the mid-session interval. Neil Robertson having taken 2 of the first 3. 8 frames we played in the afternoon session, a possible 9 in the evening.
Yeah, this final hasn't quite come to light yet. It's just simmering a little bit in this opening session. Chance here, though. I think Judd might be able to pot this left on red and avoid the black. Oh, well played. Well, you can't leave those out. Neil knows that, not at this level. Oh, has he got a good cannon? No, well, guess what's coming.
Yeah, next shot plays itself.
If these two boys win their A games here today, this could be a classic. Because they both want this really badly.
Well, Judd obviously didn't win a tournament in 2013. Last ranking event that he won, 2012 International. And of course Neil attempting to win his home event. And they've had some cracking tussles over the last few years as well. Of course Judd started that magic run he had to the final of the World Championship in 2011 by beating Neil in the first round. And Neil getting his revenge at this year's World Championship in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, he settled for that. He was a bit concerned that he might leave this clip red into the middle for Judd, which I think he has done now. That's why he was trying to leave the white on top of the reds. Yeah, going back to 2011, I mean, obviously Judd won the event in China, didn't he, which really gave him a boost of confidence. I think if he'd gone to Sheffield not winning that one, I think Neil might have won that opening match. But of course, he didn't want to face Judd just coming off the back of a victory.
So Neil having to leave Judd that cut red to middle.
5. Six.
himself on the red above the black here. Just try and free up the black, all the area around it. I think this might go behind the pack.
Thanks. 12.
Nice shot. He had the angle to push that red away from the black. Now just drop this in for the red near the cushion, leave himself a good angle on the black, into the pack. Oh, he's gone the other way actually, decided to stun up. Obviously the red near the pink goes. Well, he's going to be opening a few up here with this shot.
20. $21.
It was quite a handy bump he got off the middle pocket in the end. Gives himself a decent angle on this green to get back down to the reds. So this has become a fairly good chance for Judd Trump to take us to the interval all square.
Red right to the pink goes, so just screw down for that one. Touch heavy. Have to go back for the blue here unless he can play a cannon and land on the pink.
31.
Nicely played again.
$36.
Both playing well, David. You just get the feeling there's not going to be much in it at the end of the day between these two.
No, Judd has played so well throughout the week. Made 6 centuries on the run to the final. Neil not quite so many, but he does have the top break of 140.
Judd just having the white clean there. He played on the red just above the pink. He got a slight kick, but he still got this one to the centre. That was his little bit of insurance for him. Of course, these lads now will go into a summer break after this tournament. They've got 2 or 3 weeks off actually before they have to come back and go into Europe for one of the EPTCs, which starts early August. We'll be bringing you those again as usual, of course. First one's in Latvia.
Meanwhile, Judd has gone wrong.
50.
So he's not going to be able to win the frame at this visit. No, but as you say, Mike, all those PTCs on the European tour. Look forward to bringing coverage of those.
Yeah, I think the thing is as well, the fill-ins out there, they came on board, Barry Hearn brought them on board just to try and get the players playing more. Judd will be disappointed he didn't clinch the frame there, but you know, it's just building the calendar up, that's the main thing. And of course they've helped the players, match time just over an hour, but it's certainly helped the players to be sort of more consistent in their game. There's more playing opportunities, they're out there in the heat of battle, and they've certainly helped bring the standard up. Great crowd in. Oh, that's a good shot. Caught that well. A little bit more pace would have been handy.
Both players will know that this is a key safety battle to win. For all that Judd is 50 points in front. Balls are nicely set, but he'll be pleased enough with that one.
Yeah, and it just flicked the brown on the way through. Neil can see this red on the left-hand side. If it hadn't have caught the brown, then it would have been full ball snookered. But I think he has a chance here to swing the cue ball around and get back to bulk. Well, he's coming off the side cushion. Doesn't want to go beyond the reds, which is exactly what he's done. Well, the applause from the crowd, but he's left a red on here. He was hoping to hide this red behind the other one.
Yep.
If this, sorry, David, if this goes in, it should be 2-all.
Took a resigned walk back to his chair, Neil Robertson, after that escape.
It just looked like when he was behind the brown there, they could clip an edge. I'm sure if he could see the red direct, he would have played the safety, the conventional safety. This still needs a good positional shot, though. Not bad.
6. Seven.
Just about got some angle. Needs one more red after this blue. Apologies, that was frame ball. I was thinking it was 5 reds, there's still 4.
12.
So that was frame ball, hence the applause. Oh, it's definitely 2-all now.
13.
Got into the interval.
Well, that cannon hasn't quite gone to plan, so it will be end of break, an end of the first mini session.
18 under frame.
And a mini session that hasn't really quite caught fire just yet. Judd's 50 break in that frame, the highest of the match so far. But these two great players have been the best two in the tournament throughout the week, and it's 2 apiece in this best of 17 frame final. No quarter given so far. See on the stats, not a great deal in it in any department. Neil just with the edge on the safety success and with the long pots as well. Judd Trump, if he has had a fault this week, perhaps earlier in the tournament, his long potting wasn't quite up to scratch, but improved it yesterday. Let's see what happens. So Neil Robertson, 45 points to the good in this 5th frame. Having made a break of 37. So he's in the driving seat, but again, the red's pretty nicely spread. And he can see enough of this one to take it on, so this could be a frame winner. But in missing it, could it be a frame loser? The reds are in largely desirable positions for Trump.
1. Eight. Nine. Fourteen. 15.
Just a fraction short of pace. He might just leave the white there, actually, just pull the white back, leave himself the red into the right corner. Easier that side for the left-hander. These lefties get everywhere, don't they?
20. $21.
Struck that well.
Judd taking the opportunity to remove one of the two
28.
trickier reds along the cushion. And not having to play at any great pace as well to get back out for the black.
And where the balls are situated, you expect him to win the frame from here. These lads play at such a high standard as that when they don't, it's very much a surprise.
36. $37.
Well, again, choosing to get rid of the more difficult red,
44.
leaving the easier ones for later on. It's fair enough. Oh,
45.
only just. I'll have to play a little cannon here on the red furthest away from us. Well, obviously goes.
$52.
Just enough room.
53.
Well, Neil chose to take that red on to the corner. Wasn't that far away, actually. If it goes in, these might have been his. But
60.
as it stands now, it's looking like Judd's going to steal this fifth frame.
It's a red that he played with
61.
confidence, one that he would have normally expected to get. Knew that if he missed it, he was going to leave Judd in. And generally, when Judd's been getting left in this week, he's been lethal. 21 points in front.
66.
Just the yellow and green required. He's put these together very well indeed.
68.
Just for 1 second there, I thought he was going to leave it awkward over the top of the brown. But he's gone fine enough. Slightly hampered. He won't miss this.
71.
Well, again, the crowd have done their calculations. It's gone a bit far on the brown. Could really do with just potting the brown as well and making sure that Neil doesn't come back to the table. Well, he might do now.
I'm sure he will.
Trump.
Just
71.
one needed to tie it, but what a position to come back to.
Oh, what a bonus that was.
Foul. Judd
Has he had
Trump.
enough? Not yet. 2 snookers required. A chance to get in behind the black here.
That brown is going very close, and if it's not in, it will be shortly.
Yes, it's always tricky to calculate the side on those shots. Just overdid it slightly. This frame is over.
4.
So Judd Trump going to win 2 frames on the bounce, the one before and the one after the mid-session interval. It was the break of 71
9.
that did the damage.
And he's starting to look good, isn't he? He's flowing again now.
15 and the frame.
Not worried about the black. Judd Trump puts his nose in front for the first time in this final. He leads the home favourite Neil Robertson by 3 frames to 2. So Robertson in the process of answering Judd's 71 in frame 5 in the 6th frame. But having to play this one with a rest. Still expected him to get it, and he's left.
Robertson, 52.
One down the cushion for Judd. Break ending at 52.
He wasn't happy, was he? He flipped the rest over a couple of times there. I don't think he was quite settled when he actually finished up playing the shot. Well, sorry, David, I was about to say we saw what Judd did in the last frame. I'm just wondering if it's going to repeat itself here.
A lot of work to do, but this would be a colossal body blow.
Yeah, and there's only the red on the right-hand side, and that's 2 or 3 inches off the side cushion.
9.
You could see the disappointment in Neil's face when he went back to the chair there as soon as he missed that red. He thought, aye, this could happen again, like it did in the last frame.
$15. $16.
Must admit the playing conditions this week have been absolutely
20.
superb. No complaints from the players. They recovered this table
24.
for the semi-finals and finals. It just seemed to have softened the cushions a little bit better. Neil said after that win in the quarters that the cushions were lightning fast. Sometimes to the point it was slightly uncontrollable. Always helps when there's a recover.
I mean, in terms of significant bad contacts, you could almost count them on one hand that we've seen on the main match table. I know Alan McManus had quite a important one against Judd in the last 16 that probably cost him his chance of pulling it back to 4 each, but they've been few and far between.
Yeah, I think it's been single figures, hasn't it? It hasn't been double figures.
31.
Might go down for the red in bulk here. Just get rid of that one.
It's a choice of blue or pink. But as Mike says, the blue is his choice.
Slow down.
36.
Well, this is thinner than it should have been. Yep, well done. There's the white going to finish. He's got a bad contact on the black. That, I think, now is end of break. Needed to avoid the black, of course. And he'll be annoyed with that. First of all, the positional shot from blue to red, which left him the awkward cutback, but that is not good. And there's no way he'll take anything on here.
There's no value, is there? There's
Nope.
nothing he can play really to get on that red.
Pink ball.
So just be playing a good safety shot. Try and give himself the upper hand
Judd Trump.
for the safety
37.
battle that is about to ensue.
Well, that could have been better. Should have been better because he hasn't got the snooker. He should have really put Neil in some trouble there. He had a lot of alternatives to play, but given Neil the chance to play a good safety. Possible snooker. Now this, I think, goes to this yellow pocket. And if it does, if you're trying to chip this one in. Plenty of room. Too thin. Always better too thin with those than too thick. I think this is an important frame here for Neil. He doesn't want to go 4-2 behind with 2 more to come in the session, because Judd could do some damage leading into the final session. He was looking to either take a small advantage, well, big advantage if you can, but at least stay in contention in the opening session. Trying to lay the 2 balls on the baulk line, not quite.
Foul.
What happened there, Judd?
Neil Robertson 4.
Yeah, looking for the finest of edges, but he's just giving the advantage back to Neil here. He could play a really good safety.
Can he make that mistake count? Well, if he has got the snooker, that's not the way he intended to do it, and he puts his hand up to apologise. And
good contact. Ooh, it sneaked behind the black. Well, a bit of deja vu, but the thing is,
yeah, that's 1 each.
if it clips the black, it's on. Might be able to get top cushion first here. I don't think he'll play this at soft weight. I'm thinking they might get a snooker back. He'll play it with medium pace, I think. Well, he's looking for the snooker. Well, the only danger now with that shot is that things have turned around. It's now Judd that's got the advantage. He's at the table. Should put Neil in real trouble here.
So Neil leading by 23 in the 6th frame with just the 1 red left.
A little fortunate there, because if the red rolls on a little bit more, or even shorter, the red would have been onto the corner. So red up and down, white across the table. Might have left this on. Well, it is, but this would be some shot if it goes in. I think he's just got enough room there to play the red up and down and possibly the white behind the pink. Too dangerous to take it on at this stage.
He's not playing the pot.
Perhaps if he led 3-2, David, he might have thought about that, but not 3-2 behind. This is an important stage of this opening session, really.
Well, it is, because if Judd wins this frame, it does open up the possibility of him going 6-2 in front. And puts more pressure on Robertson to take one of the last 2 frames. Now that's gone slightly wrong.
Yes, and we do know, as we know all week, that how much he wants to win this home title here. The Aussie. That's what do you take that on? No gimme.
Of course, he came so close 12 months ago when Marco Fu beat him 9-6 in the final. He's left this red sticking out.
He was trying to lay the snooker behind the black there, just overhit it. As we've mentioned, big frame this for both players for different reasons.
Very good white. And trump there. Just having to play with a little bit of swerve.
Got away with that.
He almost fluked it, but having got close to fluking it, perhaps a little fortunate not to leave the red in a position where trump can pot it. Well, he's still tried to pot it, and in doing that, this is a gift.
Well, I'm not sure about that one, not at this stage. Because if he'd have won this frame, gone 4-2, he's got the slight upper hand, and now he's just offered a small lifeline to Neil Robertson here. That log that red, by the way, David, because that could be significant in this session. Should be 3-all.
Well, he's 29 in front. If this yellow goes in, trump will need 2 snookers.
Yeah, a bit of a gift in the end from Judd there. Again, I'm not sure that he should have taken that red on. Could have played safe. You don't give frames to players of this talent.
He's played that into the middle. Judd will definitely come back here, where the pink and black is. Attractive enough table for playing snookers, but Robertson will feel a lot better as he takes that sip of his water. And he'll fully expect
3
to be taking the match back to 3-all. Just wonder, Mike, whether he'll pot brown and blue.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking, and 1 snooker to tie in the pink, where the pink and black
7.
are. Won't be best pleased with that shot, though. I think that's his idea. I think that's his thinking. Pot this and just lay the 1 snooker to force the respot. Well, there you go. There's your answer.
12.
I've just done the calculation as you was thinking that. But he's left the white on the cushion. It's no good there, because he can't get any purchase on the white to get in behind the black. He wanted to stun him behind it. Oh, he's done well there. Dead weight.
That'll do. He's left it tight.
Yeah, the thing was, though, he wanted to be able to stun in and behind the black and then put distance between them. You know, put the pink further down the table. He couldn't do that with the white on the cushion. But this is fairly straightforward coming across the table here. Would have been much more difficult if the pink was further down, of course. Should hit this. Ooh.
But he hasn't hit it.
Now it's going to get interesting.
6.
He can tie.
This 6th frame may yet have a final twist. So if Judd Trump can find a way to pot pink and black, he can take us to a respot.
Yeah, well, the pressure has just come on that man a little bit. He was looking good 2-3 shots ago. And if somehow Judd could win this frame, Be a bit of a blow to Neil Robertson, but he's played one there. A little acknowledgement with a tap on the table from Judd. And these are horrible, really, to get safe from.
Well, that pink's going to end up
just far enough.
I thought as it was moving up the table it would end up in a slightly better position than that. But as you say, safe enough.
Should probably just push this to the middle of the back cushion. Both got great safety games, these two, if they need it. They can mix it. Will he play this cushion first? He's gone to try and lay the snooker, but it's short of pace, I think. Well, he's offered up the chance here for Neil to finally clinch this frame. He's been put under pressure a little bit here, but if you knock this one in and make it 3-all, it's game on.
Tough shot. Well done, Neil Robertson. It's 3 apiece. Once again, he'll be very relieved. He'd have thought he'd won the frame a few minutes ago, but Judd got that snooker on the pink. And you can see there with that gesture, he's happy to make it 3-all. 2 more frames to come in this opening session. Frame 7. Well, that's not there. And he's left just about, well, not just about everything on. Look where the pink and black are, but he's left an easy starter for Judd Trump.
Yeah, it's a strange shot that, really, but he was limited in the shot choice coming between the green and the brown. Could prove to be very costly. We saw the gesture that Neil made at the end of the last frame when he knocked that pink in, because he knew that he could have easily have lost that frame. And with the poor thinking from his point as regards to tactical stuff towards the end of that frame, it might have been different. Look at that total ball spotted.
6.
Not much between them, of course. 2 frames in. This one, another one left in this opening session.
And it's tough to see either player pulling away from the other, but I just think, I know we said about the last frame, but this is a big chance for whoever wins this frame to try and open up a 2-frame advantage going into tonight. And
well, it makes all the difference as well, especially if you come out and win the opener. It would make it 6-3.
12.
Judd won't be best pleased there, leaving the cue ball over that red. Sometimes in the opening session, you just sort of have to hang on and then give yourself a chance in the evening. Played.
13.
Well, he's still got the blue. He can play on. He can win the frame playing blues. Needs to slow down a little bit for that top red. No, has he got there?
18.
Or has it gone too far? He's got other options. Well, you can see that.
And when you look back, Mike, at the head-to-heads between these two, excluding PTCs, no player ever seems to comprehensively defeat the other. They're always close.
Yeah. Good encounters. Good match snooker from both of them.
24.
2 of the best players in the world. Neil Robertson will go world number 1 again, even if he loses this match.
25.
Judd Trump at number 6 in the world.
Yeah, let's not forget that it's changed now. It goes on a money list, not on a points list. Over 2 years.
30.
Mark Selby, who was world number 1, of course, world champion, world number 1, has gone and slipped back to number 2. He's not here this week. What a shot that is. Oh, there's that white though. I mean, that's unbelievable to hit it at that
31.
pace and get that much side on the white. I mean, he's done unbelievably well there to get that angle. Look at that.
$36. $37.
Yes, Neil will be happy that he's at world number 1, but he won't be happy if he doesn't win today.
It'll feel like scant consolation, having gone so close. Long way to go, of course. But this is first class. He's made this break with pink and black completely out of
42.
commission just by using the blue.
$43.
It's blue to go 23 in front, with still 43 on.
I'd like to be a little bit closer to these reds, but it's okay. He's got an angle on the
48.
right-hand red to come back for the blue. He's having to work hard here for these. Well, this has been a wonderful break so far. Not quite over the
49.
winning line yet, but he only needs blue and red. Just off the top cushion. He's left it awkward anywhere but
54.
there, but just as well he only needs the red. Well, Neil was in some trouble there. He didn't have much to aim at when he went for that red between green and brown, and well, it's costing the frame.
55.
But what a break this has been.
Absolutely. And he'll play a snooker here. So Neil Robertson
Judd
comes to
Trump,
the table,
55.
finding himself needing a snooker and in a snooker himself. Well, you couldn't have foreseen that
Judd
happening.
Trump,
He won't concede whilst it's his opponent's turn at the table. But he now needs 2 snookers and every chance, Mike, that he's going to come to the table next in another one.
Yep. Well, if he misses this, I think he'll concede. Might have had enough.
Yeah, okay.
Has a look at Judd,
Judd
gives him
Trump.
the nod. That is at frame 7 to Judd Trump. One more to go in this opening session. Will it be 4 each or 5-3 to Judd Trump? We shall find out after the break.
Final frame of this session.
Plenty of home
Neil
support
Robertson to break.
for Neil Robertson. The crowd trying to gee their man up going into this final frame of the first session. It's not curtains, even if he loses it, but 4 apiece, much more desirable than 3-5.
Judd's looking at this left-hand red. Not this time. Depends where they finish.
I think you call that a result.
Just a bit.
Neil comfortably ahead on the long pots. Getting more than 2 from 3.
As you can see, he played with the element of safety. The pot had gone in, that was a bonus. Could have put Neil in some trouble. It's not bad as it is, but as we've just mentioned, this is a big frame here for the Aussie. Doesn't want to go into the even session 5-3 behind. He's going to have a little bit of work to do. 4-all. It's all to play for. Still not out of it, of course, at 5-3, but would prefer 4-piece. Now this looks very good. This is a great shot. Top draw. Well, it's a pity they have to finish after this frame because this is warming up nicely. They're just finding their stride, aren't they? That's a great return from Judd. Just allowed the players to stay out there and play, I think. But that's not the rule. Prepare themselves for the final section.
Foul and a miss. Judd trump 4.
Can so often do that if you're looking for that thin edge.
I mean, you'd almost rather miss it than hit it too thick. Happy to give away the 4 points. Just making sure that Brendan Moore puts in exactly the right position. Even just the slightest fraction can make all the difference.
Well, if he doesn't hit it this time, he'll be warned because he can see this red full on. So a little bit of pressure on this one. No problem.
That is a bit thick.
Yeah. And just as you mentioned, David, too thick, and has left Judd the red. I mean, it was a great safety from Neil initially, but an even better one from Judd in the return. And he's got his reward here. Black spot a bit crowded, but we saw what he did in the last frame with the blue. He's going to have to work these. It's not straightforward. Pink goes as well. Now, if he's got the slight angle on this red, he could just nudge the one away from the black here.
7.
Pink going up on the brown spot.
It's got a perfect angle. In fact, he might just drop it in for the black. Oh, he's nudged it. I don't think he played that.
8.
I think he just played to miss it. It's not bad now. Another little cannon into the reds here. Just move them away from the black spot slightly. Now, all of a sudden, they're all there.
Black available. I think into both corners. Certainly is. Look at that.
I mean, he's played 3 or 4 shots there, Dave, hasn't he? And just look where he is now. Perfect position. A chance to make it 5-3. Again,
16.
lovely shot. Cueing beautifully.
Well, he has done all week. And the players he's met have played very well against him.
23.
Certainly in his last 3 rounds. Zhao Gudong
24.
didn't play badly yesterday. Just didn't quite have the firepower that Judd did amongst the balls. He was pushed by Ricky Walden. He should have lost to Ricky Walden. He's only a couple of pots away from doing so. But he came back to win with 2 high-class clinical breaks.
29.
And Alan McManus gave him a thorough test in the last 16. Trump coming through that 5-3. So he's been pushed, but when he's needed to, he's delivered the goods. Can he deliver the goods here and take the lead 5-3?
Yes, it's a good sign for the rest of the season, really, that he's playing at this level once more. And the season was a little bit in and out. Probably lost a bit of focus on whatever last year, but now he's obviously put that right, been working hard, determined to have a better season.
Yeah, and let's be honest, in and out for much of last year,
38.
but he'll want to forget 2013. He didn't win a tournament.
was in the corner a little, but it went in.
45. 46.
A little bit short of pace, but it's okay. You can go up for the blue.
53.
Pink's down that end as well. Can't see him missing this, really.
$54.
Well, he might have to play the yellow here.
So this might just be Neil Robertson's last hope in this frame. We'll need a good pot here.
Wasn't far away from being on the blue. He's looking at the pink, which I think is the more difficult shot. Downward queuing. Not sure about that. He's got the angle on the yellow to come back for the reds.
I suppose if he can just play the pink and hold the white pretty much where it is, he's got the red over the middle bag. But as you say, Mike, the yellow.
Yellow ball.
Well, the yellow is easier because you're coming at an angle for the colour, but if you're dead straight coming off the cushion 2 or 3 inches, it's a more difficult pot. No problem. That's what all the fuss was about. But he's just underhit that a little bit.
56.
He'll be disappointed with that. It was a good pot. Now the thing is, he's looking to try and win the frame here while he's at the table. But he's going to need a good pot to continue. Which one will he play? A thin cut into the middle, perhaps? Looks like to the corner, I think. Well, what can you say?
57.
I mean, he's floated that in. I'm dead weight. I mean, that's evidence of how well he's cueing. And with that red there, has now definitely given himself the chance to lead into the second session 5-3.
62.
He steps it up a gear here. We've seen 21
Ping ball.
century breaks in the Goldfields this year. 6 of them made by the man at the table. Chance that we might see
69.
the first century break of the final.
70.
Well, it would be career century 277 if he makes it. And it would be his 10th
77.
this season already. I wonder if he's after Robbo's record last year, 103. That will take some beating. I think that might
70.
stand for some time, actually. But you never know. The standard is so high these days. And they're just not centuries in and maximums for fun.
It's such a long season, isn't it? There's always, you know, you're going to get players that have dips in form and
83.
make the occasional early exit
Well,
in tournaments.
let's be honest, David. It's nice to have a long season. It's only 3 seasons ago where the players were only playing like 9
84.
events or something like that. So, you know, the powers to be have done a wonderful job to fill the calendar and give these boys playing opportunities. And it's great for us because the standard has gone up.
I certainly wasn't complaining.
No. More should these boys, actually. Nobody's putting a gun to their heads.
91.
It's an entry system. They can play in as much or as little as they want. They can schedule their calendars and try and keep
92.
fresh. It's up to them. It's all there. It's up to them what they do with it.
Century break. Surely a formality.
97. 98.
Well, this has been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Keep going, keep going. He's just got there. I mean, the red, when he was on, what, 60 something? The red into this top right-hand corner, that was the key. That was the one that won him this frame. And he knows he's going to take a slight advantage then into this evening's session.
One for the spectators.
Did that go in, by the way?
I didn't see.
No, I didn't. It was a blur. Might be a bit of mileage on this cue ball in the last 3 shots.
140.
Neil Robertson will have to regroup if he's going to win his home tournament. He's going to have to do it from 2 frames behind. The blue isn't there, but the century, 114 break, his 7th of the week, Judd Trump. He's in flying form, and he takes a 5-3 advantage over Neil Robertson in the 2014 Australian Open finals. They go away, the evening session to come. And Judd Trump in front on the stats. And you'll be able to see the conclusion of this match at 5:45 p.m. in Central Europe, 4:45 in the UK. Neil Robertson will need to win 6 of the 9 frames in the evening if he is to win his home tournament. You'll have that with Dave Henton and Joe Johnson later on.
It's the final of Snooker's Australian Goldfields Open, and it's Australia versus England. Neil Robertson against Judd Trump for the trophy today. Trump took a 5-3 first session lead. He's won the first frame of the evening session. It was 3-all, so in fact he's won 3 on the spin. A big crowd here in Bendigo. Sure hoping Neil Robertson can start to make this final a lot closer. Of course, he's just won the last ranking title, the Wuxi Classic in China. He's looking to win his 11th here today. Judd Trump looking to win his 4th, and it would be his first since the 2012 International Championship. In the final there, he beat Neil Robertson.
Well, that kiss on the brown has left a long red on for Judd Trump. Yeah, good pot.
1.
And didn't play it as a shot to nothing. He just run on that little bit extra. I think he can still get to the brown. Long putt success. Neil Robertson's actually in front. Needed to miss the blue, which he did, to drop on this red behind the black. Good shot.
5.
Trump ahead on the overall pot success.
6.
pulled away in this final from 3-3. Played well all week. Could have gone out in the quarter-finals. Ricky Walden had a good chance to beat him, but he didn't, and Trump's still here.
Yes, he's had 7 centuries already in this tournament. 1 in this final.
13.
It's normally Neil Robertson
40.
who's doing all the century break making. Desperate to win this frame, Neil Robertson. Doesn't want to lose 4 on the bounce. But nothing he can do while Judd Trump's at the table. But he's not ideal on this blue. Needs to slow down. The red just above the
90.
black will go to the left corner. Nicely played. And now just about got the angle to stun up into that gap there.
Nothing to choose on their personal head-to-head, 5 each.
27.
And of course, the last time they played was at the Crucible, just a couple of months ago in that quarter-final, where Robertson did make a comeback from 9-6 down to win 13-11, and that's where he made his 100th century of the campaign.
Yeah, they've had some great battles, these two. And in the long matches, it's always been close. Lots of right-hand side on the cue ball to create the angle. Could have done with the kiss. Who's an arse from the crowd.
33.
But that's left him out of position. Tough red to the right corner down the cushion. Thin cut to the right corner. That could have been so much easier. No, he was up straight away. Knew he'd hit it too thick.
33.
Unless he got a kick and it threw it narrow. I think apart from the World Championship, more than any tournament, he'd like to win this one, Neil Robertson. He's done well. He's been in the final twice, last year and this year. Oh, another tremendous opening red.
1.
Well, nothing you can do about those kind of shots. Just sit in your chair and hope you get back to the table.
3.
But he's in again.
4.
He's played really confidently. It's encouraging that he's here. He hasn't played here the last 2 years, but didn't have a very successful season last season. Got to just 1 ranking final in Germany where Ding beat him. But he's here, and as I say, he's played well throughout the course of the week.
11.
And if he wins this frame, then he's just 2 away from the title.
12.
Yes, I watched his match against Ricky Walden. He was 3-0 down against Ricky Walden, but he kept going for his shots, and it did pay off. And he seems to have found his mojo. Looking well
18.
favourite for this frame now.
19.
The 2 loose reds that are left remaining would be enough.
$26. 27.
60 points ahead. This black will leave Neil Robertson just able to tie. But the other red, well, a life for Neil Robertson.
34.
That is unusual. Just needed that loose red by the middle pocket and it would have been game over. Still a tough ask for Neil Robertson, but at least he's got a chance now.
Judd Trump, 34.
Yes, he needs the 5 reds with blacks on the colours to tie the frame. Of course, a respotted black. Robertson, the runner-up last year to Marco Fu, lost 9-6. Won all the other titles you'd want to win in snooker, the big 3, the World, the UK and the Masters. As Joe said, this is the one he wants now, his home event. Crowd very fair though, obviously most of them do want him to win, but they're, first and foremost they're snooker fans, they want to see a good match.
Well, that's opened the reds. Pretty good safety, that. Oh, I can't believe he's took that red on. He must have been able to think of a safety shot. He's been very fortunate in the sense that 2 reds and the pink are out of commission, but he's given Robertson a chance. Need blacks, as David said. But here's the first one. And he might just try and bring the black and pink into play here. Sorry, the red and pink. Well, that's not too bad.
8.
He may just be able to drop this red into the left corner. Stay on the black. It's got to stay on the black. Oh, he got a kick there. And that took the red offline, and that's a disaster.
End of frame for sure if he pots this. Yeah, it was unlucky. Meanwhile, Trump has potted the red, so 7-3. Well, that's 4 on the spin for the Englishman.
Eight. Nine.
So he's really taken a stranglehold on this final. But of course, he will remember he was in front at the Crucible. Robertson produced a late charge to beat him, so he can't afford to let up. Now he's got himself into the lead. 3 hours for the match.
$22.
Nicely done.
And right-handed now.
23.
Not quite Ronnie O'Sullivan, but he's very good right-handed.
$27. 29. Judd Trump, 29.
So Judd Trump
and the frame
has won 4 frames in a row from 3-3. He's pulled away, he needs 2 more for victory. He leads Neil Robertson 7-3. Robertson in trouble here as he goes back to his seat. 28-0 up, but Trump at the table leading 7-3.
One.
Well, he was going there, Neil Robertson, and
Six.
desperately needed to win this frame. 7-4 is retrievable.
7.
8-4, and it's going to be very tough, although I don't think he's gone far enough onto the brown. Soon find out. Yep, he could pot it. Couldn't do anything with the
11.
cue ball, just had to pot the brown, leave the cue ball there.
12.
Now, you may see him go into the reds here. How's your luck? It's turned out nice. All the reds are available,
17.
taken in sequence. Once he takes that red off the pink spot, that releases the other ones.
18. $25. 26. 33. 34.
And this is looking rather ominous now for Neil Robertson. Well, I'd like to just touch
41.
those two reds. Hasn't quite got the angle.
42.
So playing the other one. Those two reds touching each other could be Neil Robertson's only hope. Hasn't left the angle to play the cannon to them here.
49. 50.
And just under hit that one. Left it straight. Or straight-ish. Any angle? No.
$55. 56.
Now, maybe one of these reds will go to the left middle, certainly go to the baulk corner, or he could try and play the cannon to them. Now, that's worked out nicely. He's on the red to the left centre.
63.
This red and Robertson again, he's going to need a snooker. He had a chance in this frame, broke down on 28. Hasn't got another shot.
64.
And time's beginning to run out for the Aussie. There, the ball's potted. 100 more by Trump. It's been a pretty exhausting couple of weeks for Robertson. Of course, he won the Wuxi Classic in a decider a week ago in China. So we will see what fight
66.
remains. He is one of the game's tough guys, of course, and he's got to show that now. Try and put a
67.
bit of pressure on Trump, but 8-3, he's a terrific lead to carry.
Yes, and if he pots the black here, he can just make a century.
74. 76.
He looks to have a nice pace round the table, Judd Trump. It's not rushing, he's just enjoying himself by the looks of it. The next frame becomes absolutely massive. He'll feel,
83.
Robertson that is, he'll feel that he can still win this unless he gets to 9, and then he knows it's a point of no return.
88.
Playing well.
94.
It's going to take something dramatic for this to turn round. This black then for his 8th century of the week. Superbly done by Judd Trump. He pounced when the chance came. He's one away from becoming Australian Open champion for the first time. He leads Neil Robertson by 8 frames to 3. Robertson then trailing 8-3 here, 1 frame from defeat in the final. I tried to split them, but missed the pack. Although in the end, it's worked out okay.
It's worked out fantastic. He's got the angle to go into them. Okay, rather have gone into the pack, but there was no guarantee he was going to finish on a colour if he did go into the pack. This way, at least, he's on a colour, able to open the reds. Yep, that's okay. The pink may spot, but he's on the red to the right corner.
7.
Crowd finding their voice as well. They're going to roar him on as they hope he can make it a lot closer.
Well, he's a fighter, David, isn't he? We've seen that many times. He was 11-5 down in the World Championship when he beat, who was it again?
Martin Gould, yeah.
Martin Gould. 11-5 down. Went on to beat Martin and win the World Championship. So we know what a fighter he is.
Eight.
Knew I could rely on you to remember who it was.
Well, he checked out his hotel going into the final session, but he was still there right at the end holding up the trophy. And he knows these matches can turn around. At the UK Championship last year, he led Stuart Bingham 8-3 in the semi-finals, and Bingham
12.
came back to 8 each, and before Neil won the decider, won the tournament.
Well, played that with a lot of left-hand side to try and leave an angle on one of the baulk colours to come back down the table for the reds. But the next red, difficult.
$70.
Oh, that's a tremendous pot.
80.
Just pulled it back too far. Played for the pink. Well, it'd take a brave man to play the pink here. He's got an easy brown. But pink it is. Nothing wrong with his guts. Yeah, right in the middle. And deserved better. That's very unfortunate. This red to the left centre.
24.
Very difficult. Well, you can just see this one by the black spot. And it's there. Nicely played.
25.
Nicely on the pink. And one of these reds will go to the left corner, surely.
Well, if he does win this frame, it means an interval. So just 15 minutes for
31.
Trump to ponder things and realise he hasn't won it yet.
32.
And seems to have a little spring in his step there, even though he's 8-3 down. $50 points ahead.
38.
Needs red colour red. And no point in playing for the black here. He needs another red. Can't get to a
39.
colour, a red from the black, but he can from the pink.
$45.
So this is frame ball. But it's not in.
Neil
It
Robertson,
was a tough
45.
shot, and that's the reason why he didn't play for it earlier on in this mini break.
Well, it's a great lead where the balls are.
Yeah, you'd fancy him to win from this position, but gradually, well, this is the red he just missed. Gradually, the balls will come off the cushions. Well, thought he would have brought the red off and the green. So right-handed again. I'm not sure about that one. I know he tried to get the blue off the cushion, but there's half a chance of leading this red on.
Well, the blue's back on the cushion.
You'd rather have had the red in the pocket, but it's a good second prize. There's the green coming off. So 57 points behind. Can't afford to play the double, but he's brought the blue into play. And that's turned out okay. Now there's nothing safe except the black, and that's the ball that Neil Robertson needs. So, half chance for Judd Trump. Well, surely that's the end of this frame. Just one red needed. Just needs to make sure of the red. Won't know where the cue ball's going, but The red is all that he needs. Well, that'll do nicely. 2 snookers required. Maybe just slide in behind the black. Stop him coming back to the table.
Well, it's been Judd Trump's mini session because it was 5-3 when they resumed. He's won 3 of the 4. But Neil Robertson is a real fighter. He'll give this everything, but it is Trump who leads by 8 frames to 4. Frame 13 underway. Judd Trump leading 8-0 in the frame. 8-4, of course, in the match, so he needs 1 more to become champion. Robertson won the last before the interval. And this is looking like a big shot already in this frame.
Well, what bravery that was. That was certainly 9-4 down. If he'd have missed that one, could so easily have just skimmed off the reds, gone in behind the black. But chose to take that long red on. And deserves to win the frame from that red alone. Great pot. But he's got to carry it through.
Three. Four.
He'll have derived some confidence from winning the last frame, going to the interval. And he'll know he's still got a chance in this match. Pack's still tightly bunched though, even though there is 3 or 4 reds out. Not sure
6.
if he can get to the blue here, but he'd like to get the blue back on its spot.
7.
The red over the left middle, maybe stopping the blue going into that pocket.
9. 10.
Gone back to #1 in the world, whatever happens, but although that's something I'm sure he's very proud of, he'd rather get the trophy. The real champions, the real greats in any sport, they're not just happy with a
15.
trophy, they want another one and another one and another one. That's what Hendry and Davis and other greats of other sports always focused on. Just once one tournament was won, get on with the next one.
Well, may have found a plant there at the back of the pack, and that's a bonus. That releases another red,
60.
which in turn will release another red into the opposite corner. Things worked out very nicely there.
$23. 24. 31. 32. 37.
Yeah, just a little shorter pace there. I want it to be straighter on this red. Just got to take care because these type of shots are missable. Just got to make extra sure.
$38.
if we can leave an angle on this red, just to touch the other 3 reds. Well, that's an angle, maybe too much. But he's going to bring the reds into play here. It should be on the black.
46.
Well, he's pushed one to the cushion, but that won't bother him. He won't need that red.
Well, it was a great pot to get in because he had to get it, otherwise could conceivably been all over. So this has been a great break from Robertson. Just got to push on and get the frame won.
53.
Now, if he needed that red on the cushion, he'd bring it into play, but no need to bring it into play.
54.
So this is frame ball.
60.
And now he may decide to leave an angle on the pink.
61.
He's already made the highest break of the tournament, 140. 3 centuries during the event for Neil Robertson.
68.
Of course, he will need this red to make another one. So off it comes.
Yes, a delightful shot it was too.
74.
And this Australian crowd loving this comeback.
75.
It's going to be 8-5. Sounds a lot better than 8-3.
Yes, a big break at the right time.
77.
But he's going to need a few more of them if he's going to win. But he's shown Trump here what can happen. Just one chance he needed.
78.
Well, it wasn't even a chance, was it really? There isn't many people that would have gone for that red he went for. He made this from pure bravery, in my opinion.
82. 84.
Well, he's reaped the rewards.
87. 91.
He's actually trailing Trump on the century counter this season. Trump has made 11, including the 2 in the final. This would be Robertson's 8th.
96.
But an important one for him. Exactly what he needed. Just putting a bit of pressure on, because this final isn't over yet. Terrific clearance of 109. Just listen to the audience, they love that. They'd like some more of the same. So he's won the last 2. Judd Trump now leads the final by 8 frames to 5. This frame in operation here, this 14th frame, with the 2 reds on and colours scattered far and wide. An important frame, they all are now. Trump still needs 1 for victory. Robertson's won the last 2.
Must-win frame, but he's got a chance. checking the scoreboard. The black safe wants to know what balls he can take. That wouldn't need him to take the black. Oh, hasn't come far enough.
4.
18 points, the difference. Well, he could play the cue ball in behind the brown. It's not a difficult shot. And the red in behind the yellow. Well, chose to go the other way around. Nothing wrong with that. That way, the red is safe. Could have missed it behind the brown and left himself open to a snooker. So that was a much better shot to choose. Now, how's your luck? He's been very fortunate. Could so easily have left the red on. Needs to slow down. Well, he's going to be taking this on. Don't think he's got the angle to stun for the brown. We'll soon find out. Oh, he did, and he couldn't have played it any better.
Just checking the scoreboard. The brown would put him 24 in front. Sorry, 23 in front. So yellow 25 with 25 on.
But the green's available. And the good thing is he doesn't need to do anything fancy. Just pot the green. Could have done with a better angle on this yellow. But he likes to stun these into the middle. Doesn't like to roll them in. He likes to stun them in. And there again you see it. And I've just been trying to pot the yellow there. Leave my opponent needing all the balls to tie, and still had a shot at the green. He tried to get right in behind that green.
Settle down, please. Thank you.
People getting a bit excited. It's been a long frame, this, and, well, obviously a crucial one.
Well, what a pot this would be to get to the green. Great pot. Terrific pot.
2.
Ah, just the cue power, incredible.
But this isn't a gimme. His pocket's so tight. And can't see him getting to the brown from there. Make sure of the green. Wow, that's how tough it was. And he'll settle for that. He's brought the black off the cushion. And this is a very tough green.
Yeah, he needs the green though. He'd be 24 in front with 22 on. Oh, and he's knocked it in. What a pot that is.
Oh, you're not kidding.
What a pot to win it, barring a snooker. Came here looking for confidence. I think it's fair to say he's going to leave Bendigo with bags of it.
After the green, he misses the brown by a distance, but what a shot, as David said, on the green to win, or leave himself with a chance to win the tournament.
Well, he's not out the woods yet, but Neil Robertson needs a snooker. Right from the start of the week, he's gone for his shots, Trump, against Rory McLeod. He really played positive attacking snooker. And he's continued in the same vein. At this point, though, of course, he's looking to get his own snooker, and he has done.
Well, he's got to hit this, hasn't he? Got to hit it, otherwise he'll need 2 snookers. And of course, got to get it safe. Now, this is a chance. Just got to be careful of the in-off, but he won't play it that hard. Well, I can't believe he played it at that speed. And where's that cue ball going? Fortunate. That could so easily have gone in. Well, that's a pretty good shot. Doesn't want to move the pink, Judd Trump, but I don't think he's got any option here. Oh, managed to miss it. Got a chance at the snooker here. White in behind the black. Needs to play with a touch of left-hand side. Again, chance to get in behind the black. But gotta be careful not to push the brown over the pocket. Trying to force Neil Robertson to pot this brown, and they may have to here because there's no guarantee of getting it safe if he tries to keep it out. Looking to see where he wants to put the cue ball when he's on the blue to be able to get that cue ball in behind the black.
Four.
And that's a good spot. Coming off 3 cushions, try and land in behind the black. Must get the blue safe though.
Yes, and we saw from the green, Trump knocked in. You just can't afford to leave him anything on.
Neil Robertson, 4.
Well, one good pot and the title's his.
Yes, he's not really come close to getting a good snooker, has he, Robertson? And that blue is going in.
5.
He's the worthy winner. He's played well all week. There's Judd Trump, and there's the white towel of surrender coming in. He's travelled a long way from home, but Judd Trump is back in snooker's winner's enclosure. Warm reception. He's beaten the local favourite, but he deserves this applause, because, as I say, he's played well all through the tournament, and he's beaten Neil Robertson here in Bendigo by 9 frames to 5. Disappointment for Robertson again. Of course, he was runner-up last year, so 2015 he'll try and win his home title. He's had a great 2 weeks though. Won the Wuxi Classic, of course, just a week ago. But Judd Trump, well, that'll give him a lot of confidence. It's his first full ranking title for just under 2 years there. That's how the match stats ended up. The pot success actually level, 90% each. Not much in the safety either, but it's the match score that matters, and the score was 9-5 to Judd Trump. He wins the second big ranking event of the season. Of course, Neil Robertson just a week ago won the first. Our next snooker on Eurosport will be in Riga in early August, the first European Tour event of the season. But this is what it's all been about. The trophy going to Judd Trump of England, his 4th world ranking title. There'll be many more, I'm sure. He's only, well, just 25 next month, and that's what he's taking home to the UK. He's the 4th winner of this Australian Goldfields Open title. We congratulate him. We say thank you for your company. We'll see you for more snooker on Eurosport very soon.